गुरुग्राम आर्टेमिस हॉस्पिटल में आज अपने आधुनिक हार्ट एंड लंग ट्रांसप्लांट सेंटर हृदय और फेफड़ा प्रत्यारोपण केंद्र का उद्घाटन हुआ। हैदराबाद के आईएमएस हॉस्पिटल में थैरेसिक ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांट्स एंड मैकेनिकल सर्कुलेटरी सपोर्ट के फाउंडर, डायरेक्टर और चेयरपर्सन डॉक्टर संदीप अवतार इस सेंटर की जिम्मेदारी संभालेंगे। इस सेंटर के माध्यम से उत्तर भारत में थैरेसिक ट्रांसप्लांट और मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट की पूरी रेंज उपलब्ध कराई जाएगी। इससे गुरुग्राम और आसपास के लोगों को दक्षिण भारत तक जाए बिना ही हाई क्वालिटी ट्रांसप्लांट केयर मिल जाएगी। इस सेंटर के माध्यम से आर्टेमिस के लक्षण हरियाणा, दिल्ली, एनसीआर, पंजाब, राजस्थान और उत्तर प्रदेश के ऐसे मरीजों को जांच लेकर लॉन्ग टर्म रिकवरी तक के पूरे एडवांस्ड केयर का सिंगल पॉइंट विकल्प देना है। उन्होंने ट्रांसप्लांट की जरूरत है। आर्टेमिस हॉस्पिटल के चेयरमैन डॉक्टर ओंकार एस कंवर ने कहा कि आर्टेमिस ने हमेशा से इस बात में विश्वास किया कि एडवांस्ड हेल्थ केयर को सभी मरीजों तक पहुंचाया जाए। गुरुग्राम में हार्ट एंड लंग ट्रांसप्लांट सेंटर की स्थापना करते हुए हम सुनिश्चित कर रहे हैं उत्तर भारत के परिवारों को ट्रांसप्लांट के लिए लंबे सफर की परेशानियों का सामना ना करना पड़े। सबसे अहम बात, हमारा लक्ष्य केवल सर्वाइकल तक सीमित नहीं, हम सम्मान, उम्मीद और जीवन की गुणवत्ता के लिए प्रयास करते हैं। सेंटर के उद्घाटन के दौरान उपस्थित आर्टेमिस हॉस्पिटल्स की मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर देवेलीना चक्रवर्ती ने कहा, उत्तर भारत में ट्रांसप्लांट के मामले में इस स्तर की विशेषज्ञता की पेशकश करते हुए आर्टेमिस हॉस्पिटल को खुशी हो रही है। हमें भरोसा है कि ये केंद्र हरियाणा, उत्तर प्रदेश, दिल्ली, एनसीआर और आसपास के राज्य के लोगों के लिए जीवन रक्षक बनकर जाएगा। अभी ऐसे मरीजों को हार्ट एंड लंग ट्रांसप्लांट केयर के लिए बहुत दूर जाना पड़ता है, इसीलिए महत्वपूर्ण उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के जिन मरीजों को हार्ट, लंग या ट्रांसप्लांट की जरूरत होती है, उन्हें इलाज के लिए दक्षिण भारत के कुछ प्रमुख केंद्रों तक जाना होता है। ये सेंटर इस मामले में अनूठा है। मरीज एक साथ दो राज्यों में रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं। इससे डोनर्स के लिए भी मरीजों तक पहुंचना आसान होगा और सही समय पर ट्रांसप्लांट की संभावना बढ़ जाएगी। डॉक्टर संदीप अतवार ने कहा, अब तक एंड स्टेज हार्ट या लंग डिसीज का सामना कर रहे उत्तर भारत के बहुत से मरीजों के पास स्थानीय स्तर पर बहुत कम विकल्प थे। आर्टेमिस हॉस्पिटल में हम दिल्ली से गुरुग्राम के नजदीकी और यहाँ के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और लॉजिस्टिकल, जियोग्राफिकल और इंस्टीट्यूशनल एडवांस के साथ फुल ट्रांसप्लांट प्रोग्राम उपलब्ध कराएंगे। भारत में ट्रांसप्लांट की स्थिति पिछले कुछ दशक से भारत में थैरेसिक ट्रांसप्लांट के मामले में सतत प्रगति की गई है। आर्टेमिस हार्ट एंड लंग ट्रांसप्लांट सेंटर में हार्ट लंग और हार्ट लंग ट्रांसप्लांट जैसी एडवांस सर्विसेज भी इसकी पूरी रेंज उपलब्ध होगी। सातों दिन 24 घंटे सहायता प्रदान की जाएगी। ये सेंटर पहले साल में ही दहाई अंकों में ट्रांसप्लांट करते हुए उत्तर भारत के टॉप रीजनल हब के रूप में स्वयं को स्थापित करना और ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड और रिजल्ट के लिए स्थानीय विकल्प बनना चाहता है।
Respected dignitaries in the audience, senior consultants, physicians, my mentors, teachers, my friends, colleagues, my team. Thank you so much for all of you to be here today. It's a great moment of not just pride but also very humbling to see all of you in this hall this afternoon. Thank you for this very warm reception and welcome. I'm Sandeep Attawar. I speak on behalf of my colleagues who have made my program possible. We have a small presentation for you. It'll just probably give you a brief of what we try to do. Just to give you an introduction of what we do. Our primary work lies only in the field of end stage heart and lung disease. We as a team do not function in any other spheres of heart surgery other than tackling patients with these conditions. Our expertise lies in trying to manage these patients when they end up in extremis in most ICUs or the outpatient, and then to gradually probably work them up, figure out whether they are candidates for any sustainable therapy as far as organ transplant is concerned, and then triage them in a way that we can take them through an organ retrieval, a transplant as a procedure, perform a successful procedure, take them out of the ICU, rehabilitate them, get them back to normalcy, and then continue to monitor them longitudinally to ensure that they have at least a 5-year survival with the graft. Now, this has been our job for quite some time now, and thereby the team collectively has an experience of close to 676 cases. When we count till date, this has been across an extensive geography in central and south India, and thereby, as Madam did mention to you a little while earlier, it was so very important for us to be able to target the northern part of the country, not for our personal pride or sense of accomplishment, but simply for the fact that more than 50 to 60% of our recipients who come to us for transplantation down in South India, because that's where organ donation happens, almost all of them are from North India. And these are patients who undergo a tremendous amount of inconvenience, discomfort, dislocating their families from anywhere from between 3 months to nearly a year in unknown, unaccustomed circumstances, trying to adjust the diet, lifestyle, and then also struggle with an ailing family member. So it was very important for us to figure out how we could eventually partner with somebody who would look at us and look at the program in the same with the same set of lenses, who could understand what end-stage organ disease was and how they wanted to be part of this shared experience. It was like Madam explained to you. I will not go into it in greater detail, but it is just fortuitous that she has held our hand and allowed us a step into Gurgaon, and we are tremendously honored to be partnering with a legendary businessman, philanthropist, and visionary leader in Sir, who has not just built an incredible company, but his compassion and his family's values have driven him towards healthcare. And I can see all of you have contributed to the growth of this organization. So it is my singular pleasure and honor to be part of this endeavor. And I promise you that we will work together and with some incredible people that we already have in your midst who came and worked with us for close to 3 months in quick succession. I have never, and I can tell you this and I can go on record, I have never met a more sincere, hardworking, intelligent, industrious, and committed team of not just doctors, nurses, paramedical technicians, and physicians from one center. It probably is a reflection of what you're capable of. And I can assure you, with them leading the transplant movement in North India, I know that this is in safe hands. Because for me as a surgeon, I'm only a very small part of this entire, what would I say, continuum of transplantation. As all of you know, a surgeon performs the procedure, walks out of the ICU, has to handle the next procedure as and when it turns up. Yes, as an administrator and as somebody who has built this program from down up, I probably do share some, what would I say, talents or abilities that Omkar sir has, Dr. Devlina has. But to be a physician and sail on both sides is not very easy. It requires a lot of commitment, it requires a lot of sacrifice, and it requires a lot of understanding. But most importantly, it requires the ability to identify the right people who are smarter than me, who are much more capable than me, and who will be the architects of this program. So I'd love to introduce some of my colleagues here today in the presentation. I will start with, I will start.
Thank you, Bhavni, and I don't know whether I'm worthy of your introduction or not, but I'll try and live up to it. So, today is indeed a great day for all of us. It all began with a message on my WhatsApp from Dr. Akalwar. Do you think we could work together? And it was a message which made me look at it and think through, cancel my meeting and say, why not? So I think it took me 5 seconds to revert back and say, why not? And the rest is history because, we were so similar, the way we thought. Everything which came in the way, he would say, don't worry, ma'am, I'll take care of it. Or I would say, don't worry, doc, I'll take care of it. So the whole teamwork was like, we have to make it happen. And that's how we look at our partners. When there is no scope of not able to do it, when failure is not an option. And I am so happy that we have been able to pull this through in a record period of time. And as far as KIMS Hyderabad is concerned, all of you know, they are the leaders in heart lung transplants. And my only thought was, why try and reinvent the wheel. Why not get the best people and give them the best infra and the best staff from Artemis to give it a kickstart? And that's how the whole concept came together. And then our people in large numbers went for training. He very graciously trained all of them. Whenever we had some problems, inspection issues, we took their guidance. The team came here to look at us and tell us how they wanted the infra to be built. We followed them. And the best part about Dr. Sandeep is, his WhatsApp response is like mine. If you have ever WhatsApped me, you would know that more than 5 seconds is a delay. So it's like, so we really pulled this off in a record period of time, and I must thank the KIMS team, the KIMS founders, Dr. Sandeep, his whole team, from manpower to infra to equipment to getting this whole concept put together. Today it looks easier than what we think, but luckily we had partners who were ready to knock out any obstacle which came on the way. So if I say I wanted to move fast, they moved faster. So it's a lovely kind of collaboration with two, like Chairman said, two like-minded hospitals. More importantly, like-minded people who want to make it a big, big success. And I can promise you, with KIMS and Artemis coming together, North India is going to only talk about us when it comes to heart lung transplant. Thank you so very much, and for all to India. Thank you, Dr. Atavar, your team, and last but not the least, Dr. Hi.
Thank you, Dr. Devina. That's a great question. So, as we are all aware, many a times we have patients with end-stage heart disease, and unfortunately for us, donor organs, such hearts, are sometimes very difficult to find and hard to come by. Simply because, as we all know, though we have a high rate of road traffic accidents in the national capital, the number of donations that happen, unfortunately, are far and few in between. Thereby, every single opportunity that we get a donor organ from nearby, we have to probably utilize every single chance for it to be utilizable, and we can have an identifiable matching recipient. So thereby our program is going to work very assiduously, very diligently with all of you as partners and colleagues to build up a transplant wait list. We are fortunate because the reputation that we have as a program, that there is not going to be a very difficult task from our side. But eventually, like the old Chinese proverb says, that you can probably feed a person if you give them a fish. But if you teach them how to fish, they will feed themselves and their families for a lifetime. So while I extend that analogy towards transplantation, I think training, passing on the experience, passing on the essential working knowledge to youngsters will probably eventually, in the long term, allow this to be a self-sustaining program. So when you do not get hearts, somebody like Dr. Vishnu, aided by capable colleagues on the medical side and the intensive care side, will easily be able to implant an LVAD in patients who are significantly unwell, who probably would die waiting for a human heart. The LVAD, as most of you would know, is an artificial device. It's called a left ventricle assist device. It is a mechanical pump, and nowadays it is manufactured by an international agency called Abbott. The original company was Thoratec. The pump is magnetically levitated, and by the simple understanding of the term is it is suspended with a magnetic force on all axes, allows the rotor to suspend in virtual vacuum, and that prevents any friction and thereby prevents any red cell damage. And these pumps can efficiently pump from between 5 liters to 9 liters per minute. It mimics and probably exceeds the function of a human heart, and thereby in some patients who probably would die while they wait for an organ, an LVAD is easily implantable, and these patients live as well as those with a heart transplant. The unique part about an LVAD is it is not limited by its ability to function, except the fact that blood has to be adequately anticoagulated and the arterial mean pressure has to be maintained to a mean of around 70 millimeters of mercury. Whereas in transplantation, because you are replacing a diseased organ with another donor's organ, you have an HLA mismatch. So when you have an HLA mismatch, unfortunately, in spite of in our experience, most of it happened during the COVID pandemic, where in the year 2021, 22, and 23, we we probably ended up at any point in time in our ICU having 18 patients to 24 patients on ECMO and life support. And it is those painful days that reminded us how difficult this task was and how redeeming or how elevating this experience was when we could get patients who could recover with completely destroyed lungs, with having spent time on ECMO from anywhere between 40 days to 140 days before getting a double lung transplant and then going. So these miracles and the reputation that the program built after that has only allowed us to come to a point where we are able to successfully perform an average of 100 lung and heart transplants annually year on year. And we are very confident with the expansion of our program into new centers, getting youngsters involved in this at a very early stage in their career. I truly believe I'm very hopeful and I'm very confident that they will take this program many, many years into the future. They will continue to build on what they have learned, and these are strong pillars in a great foundation of an incredible building called heart and lung transplantation. So thank you once again. Without boring all of you, thank you once again for all the opportunity that you have given me. It is truly a heavy weight to bear on my shoulders, and I am very confident that my team members, my colleagues, everyone will be of great help in making this happen, because I can only probably give them direction and opportunity, but eventually it is going to be their task. And I congratulate all of you on this momentous occasion. It's truly very humbling and touching for me to be here. And thank you for this very warm reception. Thank you. I'll be happy to answer a few questions. And pulmonologist, after my understanding that she spent a lot of time not just pursuing a avid interest in transplantation, but spending a significant period of time in Vienna, training in lung transplantation, only to come back and hope that one day she would probably be a lung transplant physician. You all know her degrees and her training prior to her experience at KIMS Hyderabad, but in the 2 months that she spent with us, I think she had the opportunity to not just assess, follow up, but also work up nearly 50 to 60 patients requiring lung transplants with varying disease presentations. She was also part of more than 10 transplants, being actively involved in not just the evaluation of multiple more donors, brain dead donors, to be able to decide and select the right kind of organ for the right kind of recipient, because it's a very complex process. As to make it simple, size is very important, gender is important, the quality of the organ, figuring out how this organ will function in a completely new environment in another individual's body, especially after being out of the body for nearly 10 hours, to be able to then predict not just the immune matching, to be able to decide on how she will manage these patients after surgery and then keep them continually well after the transplant, is something that she has probably learned very actively. She has continued to be part of our program as we continue to do more and more transplants. She's an active member of our group, engaging in scientific discussions. And when I say this, I mean for everybody, Kuldeep, Purvashi, Vishwarup, and so on. So all of your team members are embedded into our program. They're part of weekly discussions, planning, execution of complex problems, and thereby their understanding will only be amplified with time. And completely peaceful kind of person, a great leader who has the pulse of the finger of every single worker in the ICU and the paramedical side. I have never seen a more exceptionally committed person as far as teamwork is concerned, with his ability to analyze every complex problem in the ICU and create a flow chart so that it can be simplified and for everyone else to be able to understand, and thereby lead to problem solving sequentially. Kuldeep is equally aided by Urvashi, who is another always smiling, perennially happy, hardworking, and sincere girl. With such individuals, I truly believe that your program has all those.
Good afternoon. A very warm welcome to all of you. It's a great pleasure and honor to welcome our friend KIMS and Mr. Sandeep. Affordability are similar ones. As you know that as far as Artemis is concerned, it's created his own niche in North India. It's known for his quality outcome.
मैं सभी गुड़गांव वासियों को शुभकामनाएं देना चाहती हूं कि आपने पूर्ण बहुमत से तीसरी बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनाई। चारों की चारों विधानसभा में आपने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को विश्वास दिया और जो सांसद 20 साल से काम नहीं करते थे, पहले कांग्रेस में रह के उसके बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी में रह के, उनको 5वीं बार आपने सांसद बनाया। जो पूर्व मंत्री थे जिन्होंने कभी कुछ काम नहीं किया पर्यावरण में, उनको आपने दोबारा से बादशाहपुर से बनने का मौका दिया। आपको पता था कि ये कभी काम नहीं करेंगे, अब इन्होंने काम नहीं किया, आप क्यों पछता रहे हो? आपको सिर्फ हिंदू मुस्लिम, जाति, धर्म, नफरत, पुलवामा, इन सब चीजों पे वोट करना था, आपने किया। आज आप सफाई के लिए रो रहे हो। आपको पता है भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने लगातार गुड़गांव से धोखा किया है, झूठ बोला है, झूठे वादे किए हैं, हमारा सारा टैक्स का पैसा लूट लूट के ले गए हैं, फिर भी आप इनको तीसरी, चौथी, 5वीं बार वोट देते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि हमें अपने आप को ही मुबारकबाद देनी चाहिए कि हमने इतने अच्छे विधायक और सांसद चुने हैं जो कुछ नहीं करते हैं। एक बार दिखाई दिए थे कि हाँ भाई 100 दिन के अंदर मैं साफ करके रख दूंगा, दूसरी बार कभी दिखाई नहीं दिए ना सुनाई दिए। अब आप सब शांति से बैठ जाओ। आपकी जो सड़कें हैं अब ये हाल हो गया है, जो अवैध कॉलोनियों का हाल होता था अब जो सेक्टरों का भी यही हाल हो गया है। नॉर्मल सड़क जो होती थी वो भी टूट टाट गई है। जो गार्बेज एटलीस्ट उठाया जाता था अब कई महीनों से उठाया भी नहीं जा रहा है। पर्यावरण का बुरा हाल हो गया है, पेड़ कटते जा रहे हैं, हमारे बच्चों को सांस नहीं आ रही है। लेकिन आप भगवान के नाम पे वोट दिए हो तो भगवान का नाम लो कि भगवान ही हमें बच्चों को अच्छी सांस दे, क्योंकि आपके विधायक और आपके सांसद तो कुछ करने नहीं वाले और इस सरकार से हमें कोई अपेक्षा नहीं है कि ये कुछ करेंगे। गुड़गांव में मेट्रो 2002 से या 2004 से जब बनी थी, उसके बाद तो 1 मीटर भी नहीं बनी है। आज तो हमारे आदरणीय सांसद ने खुद ही अपनी सरकार के खिलाफ कह दिया कि भाई तुम मेट्रो की फाइल यहाँ से वहां कर रहे हो। जब इलेक्शन आते हैं तो ये मेट्रो के सम्मान में रैली निकाल देते हैं। ये ऐसे वही सांसद हैं जो मेट्रो के नाम पे, उन्होंने मेरे सामने, मैंने इसकी रैली जाते हुए देखी थी कि मेट्रो की शुभकामनाएं दे रहे थे। अब साल भर हो गया, मेट्रो की फाइल वहीं की वहीं पड़ी है। गुड़गांव में कोई विकास नहीं हो रहा, यहाँ का विकास सिर्फ कागजों में रह गया है। और मुझे लगता है ये हमारे जैसे लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ा तमाचा है कि आप लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी को चुना है और ऐसी झूठी पार्टी है, इन पे आप विश्वास करेंगे तो आप धोखा ही खाएंगे। और आज पर्यावरण की बात करें तो सोहना रोड जो एक्सप्रेस वे था, जब बनना था तो इन्होंने 10,000 पेड़ काटे थे और सरकार ने कोर्ट में ये लिख के दिया था कि हम 1 लाख पेड़ कॉम्पेंसेटरी फॉरेस्टेशन करेंगे। और कुछ साल पहले इन्होंने खुद ही, सरकार ने कोर्ट को कह दिया कि हमने एक भी पेड़ नहीं लगाया है क्योंकि हमारे पास जगह नहीं है। तो आप ये देख लीजिए, एक तरफ कहते हैं माँ के नाम 1 पेड़ लगाया जाए और किसकी माँ के नाम पे इतने सारे पेड़ कट रहे हैं। भारत माँ का जो बुरा हाल कर रखा है भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। स्वास्थ्य विभाग अपने 34 सेक्टर के ऑफिस में बैठा हुआ है, 38 सेक्टर के ऑफिस में बैठा हुआ है, तो जमीन पे तो दिखते नहीं है। जब देखिए सेक्टर 31 की मैं बात करूं जहां मैं रहती हूँ, यहाँ बहुत अच्छी मार्केट हुआ करती थी। देखते ही देखते 10-12 सालों में उन्होंने उसको एक अनऑथराइज कॉलोनी की तरह सीवर खोल दिए हैं। वहां पे डेंगू के मच्छर साफ दिखते हैं। मैं कई बार उसका वीडियो डाल चुकी हूँ, एमसीजी को टैग कर चुकी हूँ, क्योंकि यहाँ पर अब एक हेल्थ हैजार्ड आ जाएगा। चिकनगुनिया, डेंगू, ये सब बीमारियां फैलेंगी। पीछे कुछ महीने पहले गुड़गांव के पानी का इतना बुरा हाल था कि हर घर में टाइफाइड हो रहा था। जो घर जो है आरओ अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते, हर इंसान बीमार हो रहा था। लेकिन स्वास्थ्य विभाग के यहाँ से एक चूं नहीं निकली। इतना ये बता देते कि जो पानी आता है उसको उबाल दें, क्लोरीन की टैबलेट डाल दें, लेकिन उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, आप जिए या मरे। सिविल अस्पताल में उनके पास ना बेड है ना आईसीयू है, उन्होंने सब कुछ रेफर ही करना है। गुड़गांव जो है राम भरोसे चल रहा है। भगवान का नाम लीजिए, खुश रहिए।